Thanks, Kaylee. I'm here with Anthony Smith, our lead economist. How are you, my friend?
I'm
What's the
doing
shipper update, man?
well. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks
Yeah.
and welcome back.
Thank you, my friend. It's good to be back, man. I
Good.
love it. I
Good
love
to
this stuff.
have
And I
you
love
back.
having these conversations with you about this stuff.
Definitely,
What are
definitely.
shippers looking at now, man? What's going on?
So Andrew just hit some really key points on what's happening downstream. I'm gonna
Yes.
look a little bit further upstream. And
I
so
love to look upstream.
gotta look upstream because it all flows downstream
It does.
eventually.
It does.
And so looking off, of course, one of my favorite measures, one of my favorite indices, the ISM, of course. And so breaking that down into the specific one of the manufacturing prices increase.
Okay.
And that one's showing that there's been some more expansion within manufacturing prices. We see the latest number showing an 88 percentage point reading. And of course, anything over 50 is indicative of expansion. So
Okay.
88 is a significant and a robust price increase for manufacturers.
Which indicates,
Increased pricing for those manufacturers
is it demand for the manufactured goods? Is that what it is?
is the demand for those manufactured
Okay.
goods. It's a shortage in supplies.
Gotcha.
It's a limited amount of labor going on right now. It's really across the board. And it's something that we've been watching closely, and it's been rising and increasing for some time. So the other thing to note that this is a diffusion index. So even though it ticked down slightly to 88, which is kind of wild to say, that is a tick down to 88.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still expanding. It's just expanding at a slower rate. And from this chart
Right, that's
here.
not a drop in volume or anything like that.
Right.
It's just expanding a little less incredibly fast
Correct.
than before. And you see that, I mean, this is not odd for it to tick down every once in a while, right?
Right,
It kind of
right.
stair steps.
Right, and so that's the other thing is like as long as it's over 50, that means more increases. But the big thing that's kind of concerning with these increased prices is that demand isn't slowing. So in our next chart, we're going to look at tangible data because this is
Okay.
actual a diffusion index, as I mentioned. So that's going to be survey-based data. But looking at actual tangible data with our non-defense capital goods new orders, which are actual real orders
you
that
love
come
this one.
in, it shows what's going on with goods business to business activity. And so what we're seeing here is that we're hitting another increase over 2% on a month-to-month basis for non-defense capital goods new orders. So when we strip
We've
it out,
talked about this a bunch of times.
Yes.
For everybody else out there that's looking at this and wondering, okay, what is this telling me?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you look at this one specifically? Why
Definitely.
remove the capital goods or
Definitely.
the non-defense?
Definitely.
Or
So
take out the defense goods. Sorry. See, I'm confused too.
well, yeah, we got to break this down because
Just a little bit.
non-defense capital goods new orders, excluding aircrafts, is a mouthful. And so when we look at the overall durable goods report, we saw that there was a subtle drop, and that was the first drop in 11 months. So
Okay.
there was some shaking around about that. But when we look at the core number for non-defense capital goods, so we take out non-defense goods because that's going to be a little bit more volatile. There's going to be some swings in that, and that's not going to be overall indicative
It's
of
not indicative of the overall economy. That's
Exactly.
government spending swings. So that's
Exactly.
taken out. This is real consumers or businesses buying durable goods. That's why
Exactly.
we're looking at this.
Exactly.
Okay,
And we
got it.
take out aircraft as well for much of the same reason.
Much the same reason,
Another volatile mover. So
Yeah.
looking at just non-defense capital goods new orders, business to business activity within manufacturing, we're seeing some increased spending despite what we saw in that other chart, which was increased prices. So if there's increased spending, despite those price increases and those orders are coming in, that means that those productions are going to start happening. And that's also going to mean more price increases passed on downstream. So
So you're looking at more inflationary pressures.
exactly.
And no, and we've talked about this before, how some things are self-limiting. There's these limiters that start to bring them down. They're not taking effect.
It's not taking
It's
effect
still
right now.
full. Who care? I don't care if it's in an 88 price index
Right,
increase.
right.
Still buying.
Right, right. And so these businesses are coming back online. And we also heard earlier on in the show with Grace Sharkey talking about how a lot of incentives are being put into place, not just within trucking, but other industries are putting these incentives into place to pull in employment. Wouldn't be surprised if we see more of that happening within manufacturing, just to kind of spur some of that utility within those factories.
To bring in more people, some incentives to increase in pay and some of that type of stuff. They're
Exactly.
getting into competition more, like I've handing out iPhones like at McDonald's.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, to bring them in. That's excellent stuff. So you're pretty bullish?
Still bullish on here, and then we can see in our near real-time data, flatbed outbound tender rejection index showing flatbed capacity. This green line here, we're seeing that flatbed capacity is staying elevated. So it's kind of
of
showing
pressure.
a lot more capacity being tightened up through manufacturing and, of course, those building product materials.
Excellent stuff. Thank you so much, Anthony. We'll catch you on Thursday, right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Me and Zach
excellent
Strickland.
stuff. Thank you so much.